5 o'clock. We're going to open the rules and legislation. Okay, and we're ready for prayer, so let us pray. Our Father, who art the hope of all the earth, remember us in love and guide us by thine wisdom. We ask blessings upon our servants, our county mayor, commissioners, our city mayor and councilmen. Bless us with wisdom, goodness, and truth. Defend our liberties, preserve our unity, protect our city and county, to the honor of thy holy name. Amen.
Okay, so I had, get my mic fixed, I wasn't paying attention. I had one correction, where it said Commissioners Anita Epperson and John Boutwell, and this is talking about the old business for the committee, that's doing the, property tax. So that should be an Eric Maddox instead of John Boutwell. I showed April where it is, so that's,
But I would have been for it.
yeah. Yeah, but you didn't volunteer. But anyway, yeah, if we can just make that, we can recommend just to make that change and then approve them. Aye.
He's on a different standing committee. Okay, well, we passed it. Okay, the next one is minutes approval of January 20th, 2026 Rules and Legislative Committee meeting minutes. Okay, so we're not going. We've already accepted as regular. Okay, the next one is public comment. I didn't see anyone signed up. Any public comment? Okay, being none, we'll go to the next item. Is consideration of placing the February 10th, 2026 Commission minutes on the March 10th, 2026 Commission meeting agenda.
I make a motion, we place those on there without a recommendation.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Next is consideration of placing notary applicants on the March 10th, 2026 County Commission agenda as requested by County Clerk Donna Thomas.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. The next is the Veterans Report. There were 86 veterans that visited the office in January, which that's quite a few, and it was really up from December. And then there were 49 veterans that were transported to the VA hospitals. And Mr. Ely, would you like to update us? Thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Ely or anybody on the commission, on the committee? Okay. Being none, is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, the clinic report was just included for our own information. The medical report, I think they saw 88 patients. The dental report, I believe they saw 76 patients. And as always, they do a great service for our community. And the next item is Ag Board. Commissioner Anderson, you want to bring us up on the Ag Center report?
Under new business we got coming up, we got our friends from the fair here. They're going to talk to us about a grant application they're putting together to do some betterment out there. The only other thing, we talked about this last month, was the 50 feet easement we're going to give for the 50 feet to the extension office. And they're going to pay to move the fence back, and that way that'll help them store equipment, give them a little bit more room, and I think that's good for everybody. But I'll just defer anything else to our friends from the fair who are coming up here in a minute.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Okay. No old business other than we did get a good report that, I guess it's probably copies and put it on our packet. The general meeting about tax relief and tax relief, it's very informative. I'm pretty sure that's a lot of the other one put me on direct. I can't look, I can't look. I'm not yet. Use my hands, hold up stuff, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Okay, but anyhow, thanks for the process to the SSC, made mention that, and it's all, okay, they just say about the committee and everything. Don't, it's okay. You okay? Yeah.
We met, we discussed, you know, we had a lot of information that we got, handouts from, Josh and from Tanya, and discussed, what it would cost and just some different things. We're gonna have the state come this week, but I don't think the update will be a whole lot until we get all the information. We had, a sheet, and all of that is on, is that on their website? He emailed it, okay. I knew Josh said he was emailing it or putting it up, couldn't remember, my brain's slipped since then, but yeah, so he emailed it to everybody today. Everybody should have all the information that we got to look at, and then, like I said, this next time, the state will be there to talk to us, and we'll go from there. We had a good crowd, though, good interest.
Right. I think, and I spoke with a lady along with Mr. Vick that received that email. So I spoke with the family members, and they were not sure how it worked out. But we told them at that time, back in, what was that, April, May, that would be a state route, so we didn't have anything to do with that. Then I got a call from Senator Reed's office again, more recently, that stated they needed a letter just stating that was either out of our jurisdiction. That's the way I understand it. I don't think it was a letter approving that we named the bridge. So I think it was just a letter stating it was out of our jurisdiction to name a state route. And that's all I know from there.
Because, Troy, we can't name a state highway, we can't name a bridge if we wanted to, no matter
Right.
what, because it's state highway, correct?
Right.
Commissioner Thompson and I both explained that to them, that it was state
Right.
highway. They called Senator Reeves' office. I wonder if Senator Reeves just simply having the letter so that we can verify it has to be a state issue. Do you think that might be it?
It
Don't
might
know.
be. We've never encountered this before, as far as I know. And so, the way I understand it is they just need a letter stating that it's out of our jurisdiction. And I guess you can make it. Right.
I'm not requesting anything for your name to stay out. We never have. But we did one time and we were
Okay.
doing it, so that's already been settled here in the commission. So I don't.
I'll pass that information along.
Well,
Well,
if
yes, sir.
if you'd like, I'll call Senator Reeves' office.
Okay.
I got to talk to him next week.
His son said we'll be at the state senate session Monday afternoon. They're honoring my dad with the dedication of naming the railroad bridge on the bypass after him. So that's Monday afternoon. We're gonna recognize him.
And that's the 20th, correct? Is that the 20th?
Yes, you just mentioned it. It'll be state senate session Monday afternoon. So I guess
I agree with you guys. I don't see why we need to say a letter that we don't have jurisdiction. Okay.
I'll give them a call and find out what it is they want. Thanks, Commissioner.
Are we talking about the railroad bridge on the bypass? Okay, well, we got. Yeah, I'm getting confused here a little bit. Okay,
Commissioner Vick's gonna get it.
Okay, the next item on the agenda of new business is the grant discussion for the Cook County Fire Association. I believe they're here, so we'll listen to their request.
Good evening, everybody. My name is J.D. Turner. With me is Ms. Brandy Smith. I'm the 2026 president for the Bedford County Fair. The Tennessee Association of Fairs has been working with the state, and they have been working for the past 2 years, and they were able to obtain a grant through the state for capital improvements for all county fairs. We met with the Ag Board last week, kind of looping them in on what we initially had thought, to try to get some feedback from them on some projects, and they have agreed with the ones that we had presented to them, because the ones that we are initially looking at are going to help everybody with the system, and they are safety related. For example, the bleacher seating. One of the things we would like to do would be to replace every board on every bleacher out there. They get replaced as needed, but we would like to just do a carte blanche, replace everything, and have them good. There are some electrical plugs that have the weather housings have been damaged over the years. We want to replace the plugs and the housings, things like that. We currently have 8 projects that we have, based on the recommendation of the Ag Board, we have already started the quote process, getting some money, getting some ideas to what these projects would cost. In those discussions, we've already had one of our sponsors has come up, and he wants to take his sponsorship for the fair this year and completely rebuild the announcer stand on the tractor pull track. Wants to come in ground up on the concrete, put new plugs, new lights, raise it up. We can get some signal fans in there for some air circulation, more shelving in there for some being able to have better space for the people writing the tickets and things like that. They've already come to the front doing that. So what we would like, what we would have asked, or we were talking with the Ag Board, is we would like to see if there was a way that we could get some additional grant money from the county so that we can make this money go further. We have to account for every bit of this back to the state before the middle of October, to TAF, so they can send it back to the state by November 1st. They are working to hopefully get this to become a reoccurring budget item so that we can make continuous improvements on our property, on the grounds, and just make things better. So just hope we can work together to make vast improvements on the county facility that we use and we appreciate.
I will make this comment about the bleachers. That's a liability, folks. I mean, it has been a liability. We do the best we can to replace them with what we got. But you all are absolutely right. Somebody sometime is going to trip, fall, it's coming. And then you're getting sued. So the bleachers are a problem, been a problem for a while.
That is a very large investment that this particular grant that we have won't cover. We only have $20,000 to spread over multiple projects to try to make a large, as big of an impact as we can. But we would like to be able to do that.
One of the statements that I made is that there's not a lot on the property that is ADA compliant. also would like to try to, especially when we hold special needs days and we do have people that are out there in wheelchairs, it's hard to maneuver them from one place to the other, so it would be nice to see some improvements made to the county grounds that would make it more ADA compliant. I don't know how far we could go with bleachers, but there's a lot of things that could be done on the property itself that could be more accessible for people in wheelchairs, especially like the area between building 2 and building 1 where all the vendors are is all gravel. Handicap parking is all gravel, and that's difficult for some people who. Yeah. My sister works for the commissioner for the state of Tennessee. It did that specific department, the aging and disability is what it is now. So I'm very up to date on a lot of those things, which is why that's kind of sensitive subject for me, because I've heard it from that side too about the maybe I don't want to call it compliance issues, but
Okay, so you got 20 grand. What are you going to do? What's your plan on how you're going to spend that? Or have you got a plan yet? Or
That's actually what I just
These
handed out.
projects.
These are projects.
all
that
8
we're
of these
looking-
projects you can do for 20 grand?
These are the projects that are on our radar that we are working with vendors to get quotes on now. We have a $2,500 minimum threshold for each project. So we have to see where we can do that, and there may be areas that we can get and that we were discussing with the Ag Board where they could possibly go, y'all can put in 25, we could put in whatever, and we could do this project. We have already gotten on their agenda for next month with our quotes to be able to further discuss it.
And as we discussed in our meeting, what's going to happen here is we go through here and find the cost. We may not get 8, we may get 4, but it's a start, and it's a good start. Let's just get what we can get and then go from there.
Now, are these projects in order of priority?
No, sir. These are not in order of priority. Once we get our quotes, like Bill said, we will go through and we will sit down collectively with the Ag Board, and we will prioritize them based on biggest impact that we have for the funds available.
This is easy for a lot of fairs because a lot of fairs own their property, and so capital improvements for a fair that owns their property is easy because they can go in and do whatever they want. They don't need to present it to anyone, and that facility or that property is not used for anything else throughout the year except for the fair. But this property is rented out all year long, so any capital improvements that we make as a fair board is not just benefiting us as a fair, it's benefiting a property that the county owns and uses throughout the years for other events such as horse shows and, trade shows or whatever else that they're doing out there.
Yeah. The other caveat with this grant money that we have is any funds that we do not use have to be turned back into the state. So normally, in the past, it's always been, do the project, we'll reimburse you. They've done it differently this year to give you the money so you can go ahead and get it done, and then you have to turn in report before, after photos, what you did and what benefit it is to your facility, so that they can do that, so that they can hopefully take all the information from all the county fairs and make this a reoccurring funding for all.
And why, as I have learned the hard way when we did building 2, getting it this way is going to help you because you know what you got. The other way, when you do it, then they come back and tell you, oh, by the way, it doesn't match, and you're over budget, and you have to come up with $20,000 more to do it. So at least you're getting the money up front.
Right.
That is huge.
Yeah, we feel that's a big advantage in this situation, which allows us to prioritize projects.
Well, what is your major project? You've got these 8. If you had to do one, is there one in particular you would do first?
The first thing that we would probably do would be tackle the bleachers, because we feel those are the biggest single opportunity for something to possibly happen. The next thing would be to go through and do the electrical plugs, like we said, in the livestock. While our sponsor or supplier, vendor, whatever you call them, was out there reviewing this, starting to look at these quotes earlier this week, he happened to walk through, and there was one of the plugs that was actually hanging out of the casing. So if somebody would reach up to plug it in, there's a potential electrocution, shock potential there. So we want to make sure that we're, number one, making the facility safe, and number two, making it user-friendly for everybody.
and third would be the air in building 2.
Yeah, that's a biggie too.
Yeah, I think that's good, because it's really like you're in an oven in there.
You've been out there on Fair Week and you've come into building 2, which we do hold a children's contest in there. We also have animals in there. That's where our birds and rabbits are. It's pretty miserable. You thought it was miserable with the dirt floor, you should be in there with the concrete floor.
Said I wouldn't put my chickens in the contest because I wouldn't let them stay in that building.
Some of them beach
But there is gonna be some stuff I think we can do with fans.
Yes.
That's gonna do this. It's not like we're putting in an AC unit or something.
We're looking
We got
at-
some fans.
I would love
If,
that.
if you
but
look
that's
on
not
the,
gonna happen.
if you'll actually look there, the project number 4 is air circulation and lighting. That's part of it. It would be to add the industrial warehouse fans that had the IP65 rating on them for dust and weather. So they'd be very durable, be able to put 2 on either side to keep the entire building turned over. They're like a super turbo fan. They'll push air like 85 feet. So we feel 2 on either side would,
I think the ones that are in there are backwards. I think
the box fans on the sides, they fight each other. So
Yeah.
we could fix it where we circulate the whole air. And you also could take those box fans that are currently in there, take those down, relocate those to the livestock ring behind and help circulate air there in the livestock ring. So then we'd also like to come up and finish the lighting project with adding additional lighting into the center of the building to help finish out that project as well.
I'd say you're knocking on a $100,000 door with that, all those improvements.
But we're starting here with 20. If it's reoccurring, next year we've got next year. Rome wasn't built in a day. Let's do the 20 we got now. Then next year, let's do 20 more. That's a step in the right direction. We don't have to do all 100 at once.
Well, and at the end of the day, it's not just a benefit to the Bedford County Fair. That building 2 is rented out every weekend, and there's constantly events on that property. To me, it makes the property more rentable, the better that it looks and the more accessible that it is. And I'm not money going in our pocket, so.
Yeah, I mean, just the sheer dynamic change of building 2 from church floor and gym lighting to the concrete with the LEDs has been a big improvement there.
And we just want to go through the proper channels. I mean, that's why we're here. It's not like we want you to do it. It's almost in a sense we're telling you that this is what we're doing. We wanted support, and we just want to go through the proper channels to try to get it done. And if there is any way that we could be helped along in this project, we would love that help. But we're going to do what we can do with what we have.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all having us tonight.
Appreciate y'all getting the grant and putting in the time. That's a lot of work and upkeep. Like you said, the county benefits from that, not just the fair, so. Make a motion, we approve.
One quick announcement, Mr. Chairman, on our broadband, Commissioner Yockey and Commissioner Boutwell and I they're getting an update on our broadband project. To date, we have had committed to us $4.3 million in round 1 grant, $5.1 million round 2. The county put in $700,000 3 years ago, so we have close to almost $11 million that we've committed to broadband. The first round, we served 970 people. The second round, 2,245 people. We are 85% of the way towards having our community, and we are probably the most advanced rural community with broadband in the state, and we are the show place for them. And in fact, we have something that other counties don't have. Rutherford doesn't have it, Davis doesn't have it, but we have, I think it's an 8 gig service right here. So we're excited about that. The final push will come through. There is a huge line that will come through from Rutherford County down through Normandy, down this way, all as it makes its way to Franklin, not through Normandy, it's coming in that general area there. So there's a couple of pockets that we don't have adequate coverage yet, and it looks like there's about 3,100 people remaining that are eligible to get it that don't have it. And so United feels that they should be able to get those people in this upcoming round, but this will be our last federal round. Commissioner Yaki has something to comment on.
I really think, and we talked about it that day, that we could have a presentation at the county commission to recognize everything that's been done. Just a quick, do you think they would be willing to do that? And
Yes, they said they would like to come by and show us a little up where we are in progress. And Mayor, thank you for all your commitment to helping us make that happen too.
Okay.
But yes, they will come and give a presentation sometime in July, I think, and mention that. But this has really been beneficial for our schools, for our seniors, for our farmers, and for everybody. And everybody in this room is part of the process, and we've all been part of this. It's a big accomplishment for everybody on the commission and everybody in the community. So, Mr. Chairman, I wanted to let everybody know about our broadband.
Middle Tennessee Spay and Neuter Clinic has a fundraiser coming up this Saturday. It's at Amy's Restaurant from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So if you guys anybody can drop by and get spaghetti. It's called Spaghetti, no balls. And so come by and campaign, eat some good spaghetti, and tickets are $15 beforehand and $20 at the door.
Move to adjourn.